Okay, I'll admit it. I'm not at home per se, but I am social distancing right now. I'm at the park in Bolivar, and check these swans out. Like, this is one of the, aren't we thankful that the air is clean? And I know it's a little chilly today, but the air is clean to breathe, and we can be kind of out and about in our own little communities away from other people. But I wanted to take this opportunity to be able to come to you all and answer some questions that you have posed to us recently. I got to tell you, this is one of my favorite things to do. And so we're going to go through kind of real time and just answer some questions that you have asked of us through our People-Centric Management seminar that took place last Friday, and other questions that you've funneled towards us too. So, you ready? Let's get started. All right, so I'm going to handle a couple of these questions right off the bat. And one of the questions, and I think it's interesting because we get this question actually quite a bit. Every time that we ask people for feedback or some situations maybe they're struggling with, we always get this one. How do you address somebody with poor hygiene? Well, right now, I guess it's kind of easy. They've they've taken care of that on our own now with the social distancing and thing. That's one excuse you could use right away. But seriously, I think the hygiene question is an interesting question because it is something that's delicate, right? It's not tied to a metric, so it's kind of subjective. So how do you handle these poor hygiene, these folks that we work with? I mean, I think you could, if it is a peer of yours, you could ask a manager to maybe move away from that person. Ultimately, I think it is up to the manager to be able to have that conversation, and it's important to be direct on some of the things that you're witnessing and some of the different hygiene tactics that maybe they've not yet taken advantage of, and how that's impacting other people. Another instance might be that they don't have the means to be able to pay for some of the different hygiene products that they might need. And I would say that creative companies will be creative in addressing that situation too, to be able to have some sort of a drive or something like that, to be able to have some things on hand for the staff. I know I've seen some of those opportunities creatively across the country. But ultimately, it's a conversation probably not necessarily from peer to peer, but manager to employee that should be happening there. So good luck with that one. Let me answer another one here, and this is a question that I have for you. So how are you at delegating? When we talk about delegating, I think we look at it a couple of different ways. When I'm delegating responsibilities as a manager, I look at it as almost one of those opportunities of I'm supposed to be the one that does that. I'm the boss after all, or I don't want to burden my staff with things that I should be doing. Here's the reality. I think if we look at delegating as just getting rid of the stuff that we don't want to do, I agree with you. Now we're looking at it wrong. What we do want to do though is look at delegation a couple of different ways. What are some things that maybe I could task somebody else with that's within their strengths, and if they learn how to do it, not only do I have maybe some more time, but as a team, look how much better we are if I have a couple of different people that are able to do such things too. So I think it's one of those opportunities that you have to be able to look at the plate that you have in front of you. How full is that plate? Look at the skill set of your team around you, and then use it as succession planning to start tasking some smaller projects as they prove themselves, maybe some bigger projects that you can start tasking them with as well. So hopefully that helps as far as delegation is concerned. I think across the country, people struggle with delegating. This is an awesome opportunity to build a great team, and also an awesome opportunity for you to be able to become even a better, more effective leader.